Welcome pilots, this is my first tutorial for Eve Echoes. Let's look at high sector pyroxeres mining. This account is a low-tech level account that I set up specifically for the tutorial. At time of filming, I've only just picked up my first venture trainer. I'm going to look at using this ship to mine inside an encounter, and I'll be picking professional soldier. Other encounters are also available with a good yield of pyroxeres. You can look at feigned attack, hidden evidence, or even purging the Blood Raider rally point, as shown on screen. But for now, here we have a professional soldier, and it's in the Ruvus system. I am making a note of that, but not accepting the mission yet. Yeah, that's Ruvus. So I'll take that note, and then I'm going to use the galactic map to locate Ruvus system. From there I'll select a station as my destination and activate my autopilot to head to that station. Flying my venture into that system and docking at that station. My intention there is to have my venture located in the system and then come and fetch my fighter and bring that to the system so that all my ships are in one place ready to start the encounter with the full 3-hour timer. So once everything's there, that's when I'll begin the timer by accepting the mission. So activate the autopilot and we're away.
Drive active.
Once at Ruvus, I'll leave the ship there and return to my home station. We've already seen this as a safe journey, so doing it even in a pod is acceptable. I'm not going to lose anything on the way there. So once I actually get back to my home base, I'll then activate my Condor. This is a very low-tech, zero training account that I've set up for this tutorial. So all the fighting that I'm going to do in my Condor is at a level that is easily achievable even for those that aren't specialising in fighter skills. It will show because I will be taking some damage when we get to the combat, but manageable levels that aren't a big issue. So there we are, there's the route again. I'm just heading back now to collect the Condor. There we are, we can see that the Condor is fairly low spec, but I'm going to activate the Condor and then use the inventory to locate my venture and then set that as the destination for my autopilot, activate the autopilot and then join the venture over in the Ruvus system. Once the two ships are together, I'll then go back in and select the encounter, and we will at that point activate it. So all I'm doing here is just showing you again, this is the encounter that we're going to go for. I'm not interacting with that. We're not accepting that mission until such a time that all the ships are in the place that the mission is set. Once we're all there, I'll be able to switch between those ships much faster and maximise on the amount of time I have inside the anomaly. So here I am. Both ships now at Rufus. Now's the time to go in. Select the professional soldier by ranking them by distance. And I placed it at the top there for me to select. I can hit begin, negotiate with the agent. Okay, with the mission accepted, exit the station, find the anomaly, and warp into combat. Now, I have a habit of warping in at safe distance based on what my known range is for the weapons. So I'm just going to quickly check that. Now, I have my main account runs heavy on range so that I can kite from a great distance. This one I thought I'd try some different ships and see if it was still possible with more up close and personal fighting styles. So the Condor's going to be a bit closer than I would normally be comfortable with. But here we are, let's get into the anomaly and Condor will take on the pirates. And you will see that I'm going to take some damage here. I'm trying to show that the anomalies and the fighting that we're doing can be done almost AFK, at least on low alert. You may not have to have eyes on screen all times. And as such, the ship's going to take a bit of damage during these early fights. But if you're equipped, you'll note that I've got recharge them when I start taking damage. But I'll let myself take a bit of damage first just to show you that it's very manageable. So let's fast forward through the 3 waves that we've got in this mission, and that may change. You may find that you have more than 3 waves, but again, they'll all be of a level that's easy to burn through quite quickly. Now, let's grab the loot and head to the local station. Switch over to my venture. Now, while we're doing that, you'll notice that there's a dialog box that's popped up letting me know that I've completed the mission. I don't want to interact with that. I don't want to close the mission, I don't want to hand the mission in, because I want the remaining time of the 3 hours available to me so that I can start mining. So if we do that, exit out, I'm going to go all the way out of the app, but you can just go into the settings and choose character swap and then pick your character and come back in. But notice by reloading the game, we can now see the date that I recorded this, and it does predate a few of the more recent updates that have happened to the game. But the dialogue is gone, and that does make it a little easier to navigate around the screen without accidentally handing the mission in. The mission is still open, the anomaly is still open, and we'll see that as we fly back in with the venture. So activating the venture and head out to the anomaly again.
Warp drive active.
I'm going to sort all the asteroids by name so I can focus on the ones that I want, and then send the venture mining. There's plenty of time inside the anomaly to do multiple trips back and forth between the station and the anomaly to get more than one ore hold full of pyroxeres. The entire purpose here is to get as much pyroxeres as possible so that we can later fulfill pyroxeres delivery missions. At advanced levels, pyroxeres can be delivered at 500 units for 250,000. 250,000 ISK. It's not the most efficient method of gaining ISK, but if you're running a pilot with low fight skills, focusing on production, manufacturing and mining, this is a early game steady income, and 2 pyroxeres delivery runs is enough to get you a single ISK at the current market rates. We're looking at about 450 to 490,000 ISK for 1 plex at the minute, and if you do 2 runs of pyroxeres, that's at least enough to get you 1 plex. Now, that's not amazing, but it's a way of getting enough ISK early game to get started on raising your plex, and getting plex allows you to then play the game for free. So later you'll have more efficient ways of getting money, but this is a good early game quick method of getting cash. So we've got a full hold of ore, and we've got the opportunity now to actually start taking on some of the delivery missions. So there's my balance as it stands before the mission, and here we are bringing my mission into completion with the delivery, handing over of the pyroxeres, and you can check my balance afterwards and see that there's been a slight increase in how much ISK I have. So you've been able to find a encounter with pyroxeres in it, bring both of your ships, a fighter and a miner, along to the system for the anomaly, go into the anomaly, clear it, bring your miner in afterwards, and start harvesting all the pyroxeres, and then from there set yourself up with enough to do multiple runs on a delivery mission. Those delivery missions at advance start to pay out 250,000 ISK, and that's mining pyroxeres, high sector, safely for fun and profit. Till next time, fly safe, enjoy Eve.